Hello learners, I am Dr. Pratik Chaurasia, Assistant Professor, Faculty of Education, Banaras Hindu University, and today we are going to discuss our lecture number 13, which is based on writing a review of related literature. We have discussed in previous lectures that what are the fundamentals of review of related literature and how it should be done. But today we will discuss how to write review of literature in a comprehensive manner, that how you prepare this component of a research proposal in an advanced and competent manner so that you can attract the readers and communicate your thoughts and establish your arguments towards some particular research. So let us begin. Key learning themes. Today we are going to discuss this following things which are very important and essential for forming a review of related literature. First is understanding the review of related literature, objective and significance of conducting literature review, sources and types of literature to review, steps to conduct an effective literature review, synthesizing existing knowledge, what to look for, identifying research gaps and emerging trends, writing style and structure of the review of related literature section, examples of good and poor literature reviews, and some common mistakes in writing literature review. So let us discuss this all things one by one. First is to understand the review of related literature. पूरे रिसर्च प्रपोजल के दौरान ये बात बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है कि आप रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर को कैसे समझते हैं और क्या इसके बारे में सोचकर लिखते और बनाते हैं. We can see here a systematic summary and a critical analysis of existing research topic related to your work. बिल्कुल स्पष्ट है कि जो रिसर्च टॉपिक आप लेकर आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, जिसके आधार पर आप रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर और कंपोनेंट्स डिफरेंट बना रहे हैं, इन सभी टॉपिक्स के रिलेटेड कुछ रिसर्च बेस्ड आधार आपके पास होगा. देयर विल बी सर्टेन सम रिसर्च support that will guide you that yes, how you have to make your systematic literature review. So a systematic summary and a critical analysis of existing research relate to your topic. एक संबंध बनाता है कि जो रिसर्च आप कर रहे हैं उससे संबंधित चरों में, उससे संबंधित विषयों में जो पूर्व में हुए शोध हैं, वो सारे शोध एक संबंध बनाते हैं और इस प्रकार का तार्किक संबंध बनाते हैं जिससे आप अपनी बात को व्यवस्थात्मक रूप से और रिसर्च के आधार पर ये कहने में सफल होते हैं कि हमने जो किया है या हम जो करना चाह रहे हैं उसे पूर्व में इन आधार पर किया गया है या उससे मिलते जुलते शोध किए गए हैं. So it's a very important thing for a researcher to have a very clear-cut idea about systematic summaries and critically analyzing the existing research. It helps to build a foundation for your study. पूरे शोध का एक आधार बनाना, एक पूरा आधार बनाना जिसके इर्द गिर्द आपकी पूरी जो शोध है पूरा उसके आसपास घूमता है, जिसके आधार पर आप अपने उद्देश्य, अपने मेथोडोलॉजीज और बहुत सारी चीज़ों का निर्धारण करते हैं कि हाँ, ये इस तरह से हो चुका है और इससे मिलती जुलती अवस्था या व्यवस्था में मैं अपने शोध को आगे बढ़ाऊंगा. इट हेल्प्स टू बिल्ड योर फाउंडेशन फॉर योर स्टडी. It establishes how your study fills into or differ from previous work. This is very interesting, that how you make difference with what you are doing and what has been already done. So you can see here that review of literature plays a very crucial role in articulating what you think on the basis of all these things, and it makes a linkage between the different kinds of aspect that you have collected while studying the thing, and it makes the thing very formalized, that yes, this is the thing what I have read in this form or from this sources, and now we are moving further. Why to do review of literature? What is the objective and significance of conducting literature review? You can see here on the screen. It understands what has already been done. We have discussed it in a previous lecture also, that what has been already done. And it's a very important thing for a researcher to understand that what has already been done. जो शोध पहले से किए जा चुके हैं उन शोधों को समझना और उनकी निष्कर्षों को समझना कि जो काम जो व्यवस्थात्मक तरीके से किए गई चीजें हैं हम उन्हें समझकर आगे किस दिशा में बढ़ सकते हैं. सो इट्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट हैज बीन ऑलरेडी डन. Next is avoid duplication or multiplicity of work. We have discussed this in a previous lecture also, but when you are doing literature review, be very specific, very focused, that whatever topic you are taking is not so repetitive. Identify gaps, contradictions and unexplored area. जो काम हो चुके हैं या जो काम होने हैं या कुछ ऐसे फाइंडिंग्स जो आपस में एक दूसरे के लिए कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी हैं, उन्हें समझना, उन्हें देखना और तर्क के आधार पर, रिसर्च के तर्क के आधार पर उन्हें स्थापित करना, इसकी सहायता भी हमें लिटरेचर रिव्यू से मिलती है. प्रोवाइड अ थ्योरेटिकल और कॉन्सेप्चुअल फ्रेमवर्क. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर ओवरऑल लिटरेचर रिव्यू सेक्शन, that whatever you study, whatever you obtain from literature review, at last you make a theoretical and conceptual framework depending upon need of your study. If your study needs theoretical framework, you will go with that. If it needs conceptual framework, you will go with that. So research is not only the thing that you do by some kind of a specific idea that you have. You have to formalize it, justify it, articulate it with the help of already existing knowledge in the form of research, book or whatever you are exploring. So it provides a theoretical or conceptual framework. And last is strengthen the rationale or justification of your research. We will discuss this in a rationale section also, that how it strengthens the overall rationale of your study, that yes, this is the reason why this study has to be done. आप मुख्य कारणों की पहचान करते हैं, साथ ही साथ चुनौतियों की पहचान करते हैं कि क्यों यह शोध होना चाहिए, क्या कमियां रह गई थी और क्यों यह शोध वर्तमान में आवश्यक है. सो ये पूरी चीजों को एक जस्टिफिकेशन मिलता है ओवरऑल, दैट व्हाई टू डू दिस रिसर्च. सोर्सेज एंड टाइप्स ऑफ लिटरेचर टू रिव्यू. रेलेवेंट सबसे महत्वपूर्ण चीज है जो हमें ये समझना होगा कि whatever sources and types of literature you are reviewing, it should be relevant, because you have a broad spectrum of research, broad spectrum of different kinds of data, and among all that you have to be very concise, very precise with respect to your topic, your theme. So it should be directly connected to your topic. When you are writing review of literature and a research proposal, it should be directly related. For example, if you are working on study habits, then your review of literature should revolve around study habits in different contexts and in different situations. But it should focus on a study habit because it makes it more relevant. Next is recent, preferably from the last 10 to 15 years seminal works. In a research, we do a deeper review of literature to establish the background, rationale, and our other aspects of our research. But it is also required that what has been done in a recent year, what has been done from the frontline areas of the research related to some particular aspect, that you have to understand. ये समझना होगा कि विगत 10 से 15 वर्षों में जो भी कार्य किसी पर्टिकुलर रिसर्च पर हो रखे हैं या किसी वेरिएबल पर हो रखे हैं, आपको ये समझना होगा कि मुझे उन्हें भी देखना है. क्यों? रिसर्च एक बहुत ही डायनेमिक प्रकार का चीज है जिसमें आप आगे बढ़ते चले जाते हैं और आगे बढ़ने के साथ ही साथ आपको ये देखना होता है कि पहले क्या हुआ है, अब क्या हो रहा है और उनके आधार पर हम आगे किस दिशा में बढ़ सकते हैं. सो इट बिकम्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट व्हेन यू रिव्यू बोथ काइंड ऑफ लिटरेचर, old literatures and contemporary literatures also, especially 10 to 15 years. Next is critical. Not just summarize, evaluate strength and weakness. It does a very comprehensive thing, that it does not only summarizes, it evaluates strength and weakness also. That what is the strength of my research? where I am going to take it forward and in what way I am going to take it forward. So it gives you and establishes your strength also, and apart from this, it establishes weakness also. That yes, these are the leukemia, these are the issues which I am not going to address, or these are the delimitations of my study. And fourth is very important, that is thematic. Whatever literature review you do, it should be thematic, grouped by ideas, themes, not just list of studies. This is very important to understand, that even though when you are going for a relevance, recent and critical things, you have to consider theme. Theme means the area which you are trying to focus, that some particular kind of a variable you are focusing, you have to be very specific related to your idea, your themes. And it's not only listing of the study, it's categorizing the study on the basis of certain themes. For example, if you have two variables in your study and you are writing a review of literature, for example study habits and attitude, then you have to do a thematic literature review which focuses on study habit, as well as you have to do a thematic literature review which is based on attitudes also. There can be any variable that you are taking, but go with the themes, because the moment when you write your research proposals, this section, and you are making it in a thematic way, it looks more professional, more sound to the person concerned. Now, step to conduct effective literature review. Here we will do it in a little practical manner, and you can make some keynotes also here. That first is, you have to go for a search. You have to go for a search, and here going for a search is very important. That how you do search, you can go to visit some library, you can go and visit some books, or you can use online database, which is must in the present days now, that you have to use different kinds of searching facilities available on the web portal also. After searching, you can see, when you will do it practically also, what is to be selected, it is very important. What you will write, that is called keywords. For example, when you are doing any kind of a research, let us take an example of study habit. Study habit is a keyword, is a variable that you have in your particular topic, and you have to do many times many kind of a search based on study habits. For example, when you are writing study habits, you can write some nearby aspects related to study habits, which will give you prompt and very relevant results related to your research topic. Next is synthesize. You will have many data. The moment you will go, especially on the online interfaces, search engines like Google Scholar, when you will go there, they will give you many results. And as a researcher, here your role becomes more important, to understand that what is useful for you and what is not useful. Because see learners, you will have lots of data. Now we have so many easy way to access the data available. So do not go possesses with data, that yes, I have so much data and that is very useful for me. It will make your review of literature vague, and it will consume more time also. It will consume more time. So when you are in a space, when you are in a position to write synthesize part, when you are in state to write your review of related literature, please be very concise with what is to be selected and what is to be rejected. Next is cite. Cite is very important. I have discussed many times that if you are not citing any research work, it lay down the academic integrity of your research proposal and yourself also as a researcher. Primary sources. Review of literature can be basically classified into three basic categories. First is primary sources, the sources which are very primary to you and you review for your study, that is journal and articles, thesis, dissertations, conference papers, whatever you are having available. And definitely when you want to make your research more sound, you want to establish it with the research findings. So it's very important that you go with your journal articles, whatever you are searching. You go with some theses available online or offline. Dissertations are also there, postgraduate dissertation. Sometimes postgraduate dissertations also prompts very important thoughts. It may be a doctoral dissertation, a postdoctoral, whatever you have. And then conference and papers, conference papers. There are many conferences going on related to different kinds of a theme, different kind of research area, and you as a researcher have to make a very judicial decision regarding selecting the conference paper, because every conference paper is not going to serve you, is not going to help you. So be very concise and very pinpointed in selecting all these things. Secondary sources: books, encyclopedia, review articles, and reports and policies. Whatever book you have, whatever encyclopedias you have in your discipline, review articles you have, report, policies, they are very useful. And when you review all these things, especially here, you can make a note of this, that when you are reviewing any kind of a review articles are the kind of article which provides a very compact discussion on some certain variable or some certain research area. For example, if you are reviewing and reading some articles based on study habit, you have to go for 10 different kinds of a study to understand 10 different perspectives and variables related to study habit. But when you are going to review any review article based on study habit, please make a note of this, that when you are going to review any review article based on study habit or any variable what you are taking, it gives you a bunch of studies together, that you will have minimum 40-50 studies together and their conclusion in a one paper. Sometime it is very useful for a researcher to make a very meaningful articulation and clarity towards what is done, to make a clarity regarding that. So when you review these things, be very careful. And last is tertiary sources. There are indexes, abstracts, database like Scopus, ERIC, IBASCO, Jester, and IEEE. These are very advanced kind of sources of different kind of a literature, and do not only rely upon browsers like Google Scholar, because they have their some certain limitation. But when you directly go into these databases, I am assuring you that these databases are very scientific, very categorized, and very systematically organized related to some particular variable. Even author wise you can search. For example, if you have read some paper of some particular author, you can put the name of that author in a Scopus database and you can fetch out the papers published by that particular author or scientist. So it's a very useful thing for a researcher to have your own account over this interfaces like Scopus, Jester, ERIC, IEEE, because they are the having coverage of frontline researches that has been done in a present society. And as a researcher, इट्स वेरी इम्पॉर्टेंट, ये बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है एक शोधार्थी के लिए ये समझ पाना कि जो भी मौजूदा तात्कालिक रिसर्च हो रहे हैं उनकी फाइंडिंग्स, उनके परिणाम आपको समझने होंगे। जब तक आप उन मौजूदा परिणामों को समझ नहीं पाएंगे, आपको अपने रिसर्च में आगे बढ़ने में, फॉर्मुलेशन करने में, अपने ऑब्जेक्टिव्स का निर्धारण करने में, उद्देश्यों का निर्धारण करने में चुनौतियों का सामना करना पड़ेगा। और बहुत बार ऐसा भी होगा कि आपका जो उद्देश्य है या आपकी जो मेथोडोलॉजी है बहुत ही अपरिपक्व प्रकार से प्रदर्शित हो सकती है। इट लुक्स वेरी इमेच्योर। सो प्लीज बी वेरी फोकस एंड मेक योरसेल्फ friendly with these things, that yes, I can access Scopus database, I can access ERIC database, and there are some other universities e-library also. They have the access to you on the basis of the web portal they provide. There may be some nominal charges also, but as a researcher you have to access this thing, because you can access some papers like you are having a variable or study habit. कुछ 10-15 पेपर आपको गूगल पे मिल सकते हैं या गूगल स्कॉलर पे मिल सकते हैं, पर जब आप स्कोपस, IEEE या जेस्टोर के डेटाबेस में इंटर करते हैं, जैसे ही आप स्टडी हैबिट्स के वेरिएबल को डिफाइन करेंगे, दैट आई वांट टू डू और एक्सेस द पेपर ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ स्टडी हैबिट वेरिएबल, बिल्कुल क्रमबद्धता के साथ क्रोनोलॉजिकल ऑर्डर में मॉडर्न टू प्रीवियस सभी प्रकार के रिसर्चेज आपके सामने उपलब्ध होते हैं, ऑल इन वन। सो इसको एक्सप्लोर करें और बिल्कुल मेक इट श्योर दैट यू आर गोइंग विथ फ्रंटलाइन रिसर्चेस। एक रिसर्चर की सबसे बड़ी जिम्मेदारी है ये कि वो तात्कालिक व्यवस्था में, मौजूदा परिस्थिति में उसके वेरिएबल या उसके रिसर्च एरिया से मिलते जुलते जो भी फ्रंटलाइन रिसर्च किए जा रहे हैं उनके बारे में उसे जानकारी हो और उनके द्वारा प्रपोज की गई मेथोडोलॉजी, टूल्स और जो भी डिफरेंट कंपोनेंट्स हैं रिसर्च के, उसकी एक बुनियादी समझ आपके भीतर विकसित होनी चाहिए। तो आगे बढ़ते हैं। डेटाबेस कंटेन्स द कंटेंट इटसेल्फ। यहाँ ध्यान देने की बात है, इसे ध्यान से थोड़ा देखेंगे कि डेटाबेस कंटेन्स द कंटेंट इटसेल्फ while indexes contains the guide or link to the content। अब तकनीकी बहुत उन्नत हो चुकी है, बहुत प्रगतिशील हो चुकी है और हम अब डॉक्यूमेंट से ऊपर उठ के डॉक्यूमेंट की लिंक की तरफ आ चुके हैं। कई बार हमारे पास पूरा डॉक्यूमेंट नहीं होगा, पूरा PDF नहीं होगा, बट वी कैन हैव लिंक इन द फॉर्म ऑफ, मे बी इन द फॉर्म ऑफ DOI और इन द फॉर्म ऑफ अ लिंक जनरेटेड बाय दैट वेब पोर्टल्स, दैट ऑनलाइन इंटरफेसेस। सो इंडेक्सेस इस तरह के लिंक कंटेन करता है जिससे आप किसी भी पर्टिकुलर पेपर पे या किसी पर्टिकुलर आर्टिकल पे जा सकते हैं, और डेटाबेस कंटेंट इटसेल्फ कंटेंट करता है इन द फॉर्म ऑफ अ PDF। नेक्स्ट इज सिंथेसाइजिंग एग्जिस्टिंग नॉलेज, व्हाट टू लुक फॉर। हमने बहुत बार इन चीजों की चर्चा कर ली कि हमें रिसर्च के लिए एक मजबूत आधार तैयार करना है, पर इस आधार में थोड़ा प्रायोगिक तरह से आज इस चीज का विमर्श हम करेंगे। एक्चुअली व्हाट वी वांट टू डू, हम एक्चुअली क्या करना चाहते हैं, व्हाट वी लुक फॉर, किन चीजों के प्रति हम एक्चुअली देखते हैं या अपने विचार को आगे बढ़ाते हैं। रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर में क्या केवल शीर्षक पढ़ लेना, उद्देश्यों को पढ़ लेना या परिणामों को पढ़ लेना पर्याप्त है, ये देखना है। इज इट सफिशिएंट एंड व्हाट आर द इंपॉर्टेंट फंडामेंटल थिंग्स दैट वी लुक actually in a review of literature। We can see here on the screen, it's a theme, gap, methods and finding। Define keywords and search term। कैसे करें, कीवर्ड्स को परिभाषित करें और उन्हें सर्च करें। जो भी आपके पूरे टाइटल में जो भी कीवर्ड्स हैं, कीवर्ड्स को डिफाइन करना होगा और उन्हें सर्च करना होगा। सर्च रेलेवेंट डेटाबेस एंड लाइब्रेरी, ये भी दूसरा बहुत महत्वपूर्ण बिंदु है कि आप रेलेवेंट डेटाबेस में जाएं। फॉर एग्जांपल, व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टू स्कोपस, व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टू वेब ऑफ साइंसेज, there are some certain kind of a classification that whether you are searching the journals in the field of social sciences, humanities or whatever your discipline, so be sure that you are going to relevant database and libraries। There are some certain things, online repositories are there which are especially meant for social science researchers, so you have to be very specific। For example, when you are searching any science database or any other kind of a discipline, you are not going to get those variables, those are especially research in the field of education and other disciplines of social sciences, so be very cautious regarding that। screen out and select studies based on relevance, ये महत्वपूर्ण है। महत्वपूर्ण इस संदर्भ में है कि जो भी आपने रिव्यू किया है उसकी छटनी करनी होगी। आपके पास 100 पेपर हैं, 50 पेपर हैं, 150 पेपर हैं, सभी पेपर या सभी भी आर्टिकल या जो भी अदर थीसिस या चीज़ें आपने पढ़ी हैं या कहीं से पाया है, वो सभी हूबहू रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर में नहीं जा सकते। ये एक लिमिटेशन जैसा है। आप सभी रिसर्चेस का रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर में जिक्र नहीं कर सकते। हाँ, आप उनका रेफरेंसेस में इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं कि आई हैव रीड इट एंड दे हैव गाइडेड अस इन फॉर्मुलेटिंग सम सर्टेन टॉपिक, बट when you synthesize your existing knowledge, you have to screen out those particular variables which are directly related or very nearby related to your sphere of research. Read, annotate and summarize. सबसे महत्वपूर्ण चीज जो रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर में आती है कि हम कितना भी रिसर्च पेपर डाउनलोड कर लें, हम कितने भी आर्टिकल्स को डाउनलोड कर लें, महत्वपूर्ण यह है कि उसे पूरी तरह से पढ़ा जाए, एक सिस्टमेटाइज तरीके से उसे पढ़ा जाए, उसे समझा जाए, उनकी चीज़ों को परिभाषित किया जाए और समराइज करके लिखा जाए। क्योंकि द मोमेंट यू आर गोइंग टू राइट अ रिव्यू ऑफ रिलेटेड लिटरेचर ऑफ सम पर्टिकुलर पेपर, आप 3000 शब्दों में किसी एक रिसर्च पेपर का रिव्यू नहीं लिखते। वी हार्डली टेक लेस देन 300 वर्ड्स, कभी कभी 300 वर्ड से भी कम होता है, कभी कभी 300 शब्दों से भी कम होता है, क्योंकि हमें बड़े कंसाइज तरीके से अपनी बात समझ के साथ रखना होता है कि हमने एक पर्टिकुलर पेपर को पढ़ा जिसका शीर्षक ये रहा, जिसमें ऑथर का इंटेंट ये था और उस इंटेंट के साथ उन्होंने फला टूल को इस्तेमाल किया और ये निष्कर्ष निकले हैं। सो रीड इट प्रॉपरली, annotate and summarize. Next is identifying patterns, gaps and theme. This is a important thing, that what are the pattern, what are the research trend are there, you have to identify. उन खाली स्थानों को समझना होगा जहां आप अपने रिसर्च को फिट कर सकते हैं, और केवल फिट ही नहीं कर सकते, जहां आपका रिसर्च तकनीकी रूप से रिसर्च के आधार पर इस व्यवस्था में दिखाई पड़े कि हाँ, मैं इस रिसर्च को आगे लेकर चलूंगा और इससे निकलने वाले जो परिणाम हैं वो समाज में इस प्रकार से उपयोगी होंगे। सो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू आइडेंटिफाई पैटर्न, गैप्स एंड थीम्स। स्कोपस, इबेस्को, होस्ट एंड इरिक, एक परंपरागत तरीके से हम इन्हें कहेंगे ट्रेडिशनल एस्पेक्ट्स हैं, दैट हम स्कोपस, इरिक और इन चीज़ों के भीतर जाकर के अपने डाटास को या अपने रिलेटेड लिटरेचर्स को रिव्यू करें। कुछ मॉडर्न भी हैं, consensus and SciSpace. These are very important tools which provides a scaffolding to the researcher in terms of understanding the overall and having a comprehensive view of the review of related literature. आप क्या पढ़ना चाहते हैं, इसके लिए बड़ी एडवांस तकनीकें हैं, SciSpace and consensus. You can make an account over that and you can see how it is supporting the researcher in the field of a research. और यहाँ पर एक बड़ी महत्वपूर्ण बात हमें समझनी होगी कि अब हम केवल परंपरागत तरीके से, केवल लाइब्रेरीज में, केवल किताबों के माध्यम से रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर नहीं कर सकते। क्यों? अगर केवल परंपरागत तरीके से किया गया तो एक गंभीर संभावना इस बात की है कि हमारे द्वारा किया गया लिटरेचर रिव्यू अधूरा होगा, क्योंकि ऐसे बहुत सारे डेटाबेस हैं जो ऑफलाइन नहीं केवल ऑनलाइन अवेलेबल हैं और आप स्क्रीन पे देख सकते हैं। दिस आर द प्रोमिनेंट टूल्स दैट अ रिसर्चर कैन यूज एंड दे आर अवेलेबल इन द ऑनलाइन इंटरफेसेस। आइडेंटिफाइंग रिसर्च गैप एंड इमर्जिंग ट्रेंड्स, ये महत्वपूर्ण है, बिल्कुल महत्वपूर्ण है। जब भी एक शोधार्थी अपने रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर के सेक्शन को मजबूत करना चाहता है और उसे प्रेजेंटेबल बनाना चाहता है, कुछ मुद्दों का आपने ध्यान रखना होगा। ब्रिजिंग टू रेशनल बिल्डिंग, आप अगर प्रीवियस लेक्चर्स को देखें या ध्यान करें, देयर आर द कंपोनेंट्स विच आर लिंक्ड टुगेदर। For example, after the introduction, we are moving towards review of related rationale of the study, and before that, we have to do a deep review of related literature, because actually review of literature leads you forward to establish a proper and a sound rationale of the study. Therefore, you have to take care of these 4 things especially. You can take a note of this. First thing, when you do your review of literature and in a process you identify research gaps and emerging trends, be specific with chronology. बिल्कुल इसका ध्यान रखें, how the field evolve over the times. For example, अगर आप देखें researches based on artificial intelligence, पिछले 8 से 10 सालों में आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस से संबंधित रिसर्चों में एक बढ़ोतरी आई है. There is a certain increase in the research based on artificial intelligence across the discipline, not only science, it is in the social science, humanities, everywhere. So you have to see chronology, that how a field is emerging, and accordingly you have to mention it in your review of related section. Thematically, ग्रुप की इश्यू और थीम्स महत्वपूर्ण है. आपको थीम में ध्यान रखना होगा. अगर आपका शोध क्वालिटेटिव स्टडीज है, अगर आपका शोध क्वांटिटेटिव स्टडीज की तरफ है, definitely you have to explore that kind of a research paper which are more inclined towards such kind of a methodology, such kind of a research design. And you have to understand the approaches also, किस प्रकार के अप्रोच के साथ रिसर्च आगे बढ़ रहा है. और हमें ये देखना भी है कि whether we are moving in a right direction or not. So be very focused towards identifying this emerging trends with respect to methodology also. रिसर्च का यही तरीका, यही मामला है कि हम प्रगतिशील तरीके से आगे बढ़ते हैं, और ये ज़रूरी नहीं कि जो मेथोडोलॉजी एक बार यूज़ की गई उससे कुछ आगे न बढ़ा जाए. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, if you are doing any kind of experimental study that you are studying effectiveness of some certain module over some certain group, then definitely you are moving in a quantitative study, which will be basically quasi experimental pre-test post-test design. But advanced methodology says that you have to triangulate the data also. For example, you can prepare an opinion with a group over which you are administering the module. You can take care of their responses, that yes, how they feel, what different they feel while reading with the module prepared by you. It will make your data more sound, more authentic, and result will be more reliable and can be generalized properly. So look into these things, and theoretically, based on all frameworks applied, whatever frameworks is applied, look very specifically over that yes, this kind of things are there, because it will make it compact. It will make it compact. Writing style and structure of review of literature section. It should have a flow, coherence, and academic tone. Here, academic tone you can understand by that research language which I have discussed previously. ब्रीफ समरीज ऑफ की स्टडीज, बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण. किसी भी स्टडी का ब्रीफ समरी एक फ्लो में होना चाहिए. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, व्हेन यू आर राइटिंग योर रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर ऑफ सम सर्टेन स्टडी, you cannot write in a very vague manner. For example, first of all, you are taking topic that this certain study has been conducted by XYZ in year 2020, and after that immediately you are writing finding. No, there is a scope, there is a requirement that minimum discussion you do related to objective of that particular study. शोध के शीर्षक के साथ साथ आपको शोध के उद्देश्यों को भी लिखना होगा. और यहाँ ध्यान देने वाली एक बात है, इसको आप नोट कर सकते हैं कि जब भी आप किसी शोध का शीर्षक हूबहू रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर में लिखते हैं, डेफिनेटली देयर आर प्लेगराइज्म सॉफ्टवेयर्स दैट विल कैच इट एज अ प्लेगराइज कंटेंट. इसीलिए इस बात को समझना यहाँ जरूरी है कि जब आप रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर लिखते हैं, आपको पढ़ना बहुत जरूरी है. इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर यू टू स्टडी एंड आर्टिकुलेट प्रॉपरली. कोई भी टॉपिक अगर हूबहू आपने रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर में ले लिया, इट विल कम अंडर प्लेगराइज कंटेंट. सो हमें उस टॉपिक को समझना होगा और उस टॉपिक का इंटेंट लिखना होगा, और साथ ही साथ उसके उद्देश्यों को भी समझाना होगा, और उसके बाद हम परिणामों की चर्चा करेंगे. इट्स ऑर्डर दैट यू हैव टू राइट समथिंग अबाउट दैट व्हाट एक्चुअली रिसर्च इंटेंट्स, what research actually intends, and then you move towards the objectives and then finding. Compare and contrast viewpoint बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है. Compare and contrast viewpoint. बहुत सारे रिसर्च में बहुत सारी ऐसी बातें होती हैं जो कभी कभी एक दूसरे के लिए विरोधाभास होती है. ये रिसर्चर के लिए महत्वपूर्ण है और इम्पॉर्टेंट भी है कि व्हेन यू काउंटर दिस काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स, इट इंक्रीजेस द कोहेरेंस ऑफ योर रिसर्च. इट इंक्रीजेस द कोहेरेंस and it establishes your argument very strongly that yes, these are there, I have compared, and these are the contrast viewpoints I am mentioning here. Discuss methodological strength and limitation. Very important. You have to discuss this, that whenever you are writing a review of a particular paper, please be cautious that you have to highlight methodological strength also, because the moment you establish certain kind of a methodological strength, it gives you a passage forward that what you will use in your methodology section. It gives you review of literature, do not only gives you topic, it gives you the strength that yes, I am going to use some certain methodology due to this following reviews I have done, because they are proposing that this research can be done with the help of this methodology. Highlight what is missing. Here you become a real researcher. यहाँ आप बिल्कुल एक पूर्ण रूप से शोधार्थी की भूमिका में आते हैं, जहाँ आप ये बताने की स्थिति में होते हैं कि संबंधित शोध का जो आपने अध्ययन किया है उसमें ये आपने कमी पाई है। कमी का मतलब रिसर्च में कमी नहीं, रिसर्च की फाइंडिंग्स, जो रिसर्च हो चुके हैं उनके क्या निष्कर्ष आए हैं और मैं उन निष्कर्षों से अब आगे बढ़ने की तरफ चल रहा हूं। हाईलाइटिंग व्हाट इज मिसिंग एंड दैट इज व्हाट वी कॉल रिसर्च गैप, एंड दिस इज वेयर once you define and articulate your research gap on the basis of review of literature, you are in a state to move to the next section, that is rationale of the study. Show how your study address this gap. This is important. Here you can use the research language, and it depends upon how you formalize, how you structure the content that you have obtained from review of literature. Show it that how it addresses, you have to articulate it that how your study addresses the gap, whatever you found and what you are going to do further, link together. Common mistakes in writing literature review: listing studies without analysis. महत्वपूर्ण है, आप किन्हीं भी जो भी शोधकार या जो भी चीजें आपको मिल रही हैं आप उनकी एक सूची बनाते हैं विदाउट एनालिसिस, बिकॉज व्हेन यू मेक इट, it becomes overburden to you. For example, when you do a review of literature, for example, with the help of any online interface, and you have downloaded 100 papers all in a one instance. बहुत ध्यान से इस चीज को समझने की जरूरत है। ये बहुत ही प्रायोगिक चीज है कि अगर आपने एक साथ 100 पेपर डाउनलोड कर लिए कि मैं सबसे पहले 100 पेपर डाउनलोड करूंगा, you are not going to read, definitely you are not going to read all of it. कुछ पेपर पढ़ते पढ़ते आप स्टैग्नेट हो जाएंगे, you will feel that okay, let us do it like that. So do not list, do not make burden yourself with the overcrowd of the paper. Download with some certain intent or category, that I am downloading this paper, 10 paper in this theme, 10 in this theme, and then you are reading, and then accordingly you keep moving forward. That is why literature review is a section which takes more time as compared to other sections of a research proposal. Using outdated or irrelevant literature, I have discussed this also, that when you are using outdated literature, for example, socioeconomic status research. Socioeconomic status is dynamic. As society is changing, things are changing. So when you are looking 60 years back socioeconomic status kind of a research tool related to socioeconomic status, it does not make any sense to the present context, because things have changed, things are advanced. So be very, very specific to this thing. ओवरलोडिंग विथ साइटेशन एंड अंडर एनालाइजिंग. कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि हम साइटेशन की अधिकता कर देते हैं. हमारे पैराग्राफ में, एक पैराग्राफ में 25-30 साइटेशन दिख रहे हैं. दिस इज ऑल्सो नॉट गुड. दिस इज ऑल्सो नॉट गुड. देयर शुड बी अ वे to articulate what you have studied. Key studies. For example, again I will take same example of study habit. स्टडी हैबिट्स के 4-5 प्रमुख फ्रंट लाइन रिसर्चेस जो आपको रिसर्च में आगे बढ़ने में सहायता करते हैं, एंड द स्टेटमेंट विच यू आर गिविंग इन द फॉर्म ऑफ फाइंडिंग एंड कंक्लूजन मेंशन ओनली फॉर दैट. Not everything what you are reading you are putting citation here and there without any relevance. It is very, very serious. Generally it happens when we are writing some passage, we are adjusting citation into that paragraph. This is very wrong, ethical, it is unethical. Write citations only when you refer somebody specifically to that paragraph. For example, when you are referring the research of some people specifically and their findings in a paragraph, then make it. Otherwise, do not overload with citation and under analyzing. Ignoring contradictory findings. बहुत बार रिसर्च में ऐसे होंगे जो आपके सामने कुछ विरोधाभास की परिस्थिति पैदा करेंगे, कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी फाइंडिंग्स आपके सामने होंगे, उन्हें इग्नोर न करें, बिकॉज इट मे बी केस दैट इफ यू आर मूविंग फॉरवर्ड, some researcher may have already condemned it that yes, this is not going to be happen and it is contradictory with related to other existing research, and when you are moving forward it will be a waste of a time for you. So please do not ignore contradictory findings. Not aligning the review with the research questions. This is interesting. When you are going to make research proposal, definitely there will be some research question that will come in your mind. कुछ सवाल होंगे, कुछ शोध प्रश्न आपके मन में होंगे जिनके आधार पर ही एक शोधार्थी आगे की तरफ बढ़ता है अपने रिसर्च में। सो अगर आप जो रिव्यू कर रहे हैं अगर वो आपके शोध प्रश्नों से मिलता जुलता नहीं है, उनकी तरफ झुका हुआ नहीं है या उनके साथ तारतम्य में नहीं है, आप पाएंगे कि आपका रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर वेग हो गया है और आपकी सारी मेहनत वॉट एवर यू हैव डन इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी फ्रूटफुल एंड प्रोडक्टिव at last, because it shows that research question is something and what review you have done is something, and further it will create problems while forming objective and establishing rationale also. So these are some common mistake, please avoid it while writing a review of related literature. Example of literature review. Let us take one example here. Good review. Multiple studies have examined the impact of formative assessment on students' learning outcomes. Black and William 1998 emphasized its effectiveness in enhancing classroom engagement and motivation. More recent work by Andrade and Heritage 2018 extend these findings by highlighting the role of feedback in supporting metacognitive skills. Please see on the screen. However, gaps remain in understanding how formative assessment influences self-directed learning among adolescents in rural setting. Now here comes the joining statement. This study means the study for which you are writing your proposal. This study aims to address that specific gaps by exploring so and so. Here you can see it is not overloaded with citation, and wherever citation is mentioned, it has mentioned about the research, what has been done, how it is contributing. So this is a way you can write your review of literature in a very concise manner of any paper, anything what you are reading. And why it is good, you can see here on the screen. It synthesizes information from multiple sources. Multiple sources are there. Highlights what is known. What you identify as a researcher through review of literature, you are highlighting it. It identifies a clear research gap. You can see here on the screen, gaps remain in understanding how formative assessment influences self-directed learning. It's a gap that this research has been done, but this has not been done, and this is how you move forward. Connects logically to the upcoming study. So this is how you write a review of literature. Now, one example of a poor review. Many researchers have studied formative assessment. Black 1998 said it is good for students, and Rade 2018 also talked about feedback. There are some studies in rural areas, but not many. This research will also be about formative assessment. Here you can see the intent of a researcher is clear that we are talking about some kind of a formative assessment. And many researchers, when you say many researchers, it is very vague, very vague. So be very concise with this thing. Do not write like this. And why it is poor, you can see on the screen. List studies without synthesis, no synthesis, it only lists the studies. Lack critical engagement with literature. Vague language like good, talked about, please avoid these things. And does not clearly define a gap or purpose. What is the actual gap? It's not been identified. So when you are writing review of literature, please take care of these important aspects. Tips for impactful literature review. You can see here, use a note-taking matrix to trace key ideas. It's a very important. If you can make a matrix that where you make a small keynotes of ideas that you obtained from the various literature review. It will be help you while you do your research. It is not useful only for research proposal and review of literature section. It will help you while you conduct your study also. Summarize using your own words, avoid long quotations, and use headings, subheadings to organize the review. This is very important. Use heading or subheading, because when you do your review of literature, it exhausts your mind, the way you think, because continuously you are reading. So sometimes main things disappear here and there within your content what you have written, and it becomes difficult to identify, not only for you, for the person, those who are reading it also. So make it very clear with heading and subheading to organize your review. Cite properly, consistently with APA, MLA, Chicago, or whatever is required. Concluding discussion. Why literature review matters? A recap. Foundation of the proposal. It lays down the foundation of the proposal. The literature review forms the backbone of the research proposal. It situates your study in the context of existing research and demonstrate familiarity with the field. It helps to justify the research by identifying what has been already done, studied, and what remain unexplored. It helps to establish the rationale and significance of your own study. Avoiding redundancy. A well-conducted review ensures that your research is not a repetition but a meaningful extension of previous knowledge. This is very important, that review establishes this thing. Critical thinking over compilations. Effective literature review synthesizes rather than summarize. Please understand this. It synthesizes rather than summarize. The focus should be on drawing connections, highlighting debates, and pointing out gaps. And finally, it naturally leads to the research gap, formulation of research question and objective, which are going to be addressed in the upcoming lectures. So this is all from this lecture. Thank you so much.